Dad was on the front with his Hungarian infantry unit fighting against the Russians. Mom had remained at the Mettersdorf farm when Dad left for the front. In September 1944, the town crier brought the news that the Russian army had broken through the front lines and would soon invade Bistritz and Mettersdorf. Mom, who was 24, had only a short period of time to decide if she should leave with my brother and me ahead of the Soviet army or take her chances by staying and hoping the enemy would treat civilians well. The Russian army had a horrible reputation for brutality against non-combatants, especially women. One of Mom's older sisters, Mady, had married a German engineer and had been living in Germany since before the war. Mom did not want to gamble that the Russian soldiers would treat us well and decided we would flee to her sister's house in Weimar, Germany. At the train station, a train reserved for soldiers was heading in the direction of Weimar. Mom asked some soldiers if they would help us get on the train. The soldiers lifted Mom, my brother, me, and Mom's suitcase up into the rail car through the windows. Later, an officer walked through the rail car and made us leave the train. As soon as the officer was out of sight, the soldiers lifted us right back into the rail car. Someone gave Günther and me chocolate to keep us quiet, and we were hidden from view by the soldiers who were hunkered around a hot cast-iron stove mounted on the floor. The officer walked by again, but did not see us. We arrived at the Weimar train station during a bombing raid. At the train station, Mom showed Aunt Mady's address to a man and asked him for directions. He said that Mady's house was located on the outskirts of the city, walked with us a ways, and then pointed us in the general direction. The entire time we walked to Mady's house, bombs were dropping. The area of the city where Mady lived was at a higher elevation. We could see the fires and smoke from the burning houses below. Night fell as the fires were put out, and we continued to walk. It was a cloudy, moonless sky, and the city was under wartime blackout conditions, making it too dark to read street signs or house numbers. When we reached the general area of the city we were seeking, Mom knocked on doors, but nobody answered. They were probably afraid. In those days, all windows had heavy wooden shutters covering the windows. All shutters were closed. Since nobody was opening doors, Mom stopped under street-level closed shutters, talking to Günther and me in an unnaturally loud voice. She hoped someone would hear her and realize there was a mother with young children who needed shelter. But nobody opened the shutters. We wandered aimlessly, walking through yards and over fences, cold and beyond exhaustion. Mom was desperate and did not know which way to turn. At about midnight, she noticed the faint outline of a house in the distance and felt compelled to go to that particular house. We stopped under a shuttered window, and Mom began talking loudly again, calling us by name. The shutters opened up, and her sister stuck her head out of the window and asked, "Helene, is that you?" Mom responded, "Yes, the children and I are here." After they hugged each other, Mady said, "Do you know who is here? Mom and Dad arrived about 2 weeks ago. They are sleeping." Mom and Mady decided not to wake their parents, and the three of us slept on the floor. We were thankful to have a warm and safe place to sleep that night. In the morning, Mom's parents saw us sleeping on the floor and nearly fainted. There were many tears of joy that morning.